Hello everyone, this is Mark Cunningham and I'm here to do a wee tutorial on making an experimental pop song from scratch using FL Studio. So we're just going to get straight into it. First of all, I like to start with making a melody. So I normally just get that, call it a melody, just click in here, drag it onto the playlist, just so it's ready to go, and click view channel rack to get into your VSTs, or I use Spire, and I have bought a good few packs like for synthwave, a few EDM ones too, and normally when I'm making experimental pop I like to use synthwave sounds. Don't know why, I just started out with I thought I was making synthwave for so long without these kind of songs I was making, but they were actually experimental pop. So we'll pick a sound and let's see. Going to this is a really good one. I'll not use that because I used it so much. We'll try to get a wee sound for our melody in here. See how it goes. Go to your channel rack, route it to a track using the mouse wheel here. I'm just going to rename it Melody just to keep things organized. This is just the way I do things. Also, pick a BPM, whatever you feel like it should be. I'm just going to go for something like maybe a bit slower, kind of maybe 120 for the see what happens. Right, so we'll get into the piano roll here now, and we'll set our snap to grid step. I might change the theme actually, just to get it brighter. Now, I'm gonna. Okay. I don't really like the sound. It sounds more like a bass, but that's kind of not what I'm going for the melody. I want something brighter. Let's go into some other ones here. Oh, that's more like it, but I don't know if I really like it, you know what I mean. But I'm just normally what I do is I put one note on the piano roll and I go switch through sounds like this until I hear something that I really like. I like that. I just have these starred like because I don't know, maybe I liked some of them at the time. Sometimes things change. I kind of like that unison. That's nice. Right, let's see. Let me see what else I can find here. This is that's a bass. Right, let's see what else is here. Brass. Right, Juno 108, 106. I like it. Instantly. So we're going to make this melody now. Let's see what happens. I just changed the cell there. Right, we'll make this. I'm just going to try and build a melody. Might take a while. I'll probably skip the video if it takes too long. What I like to do when I'm making melodies too is I like to, well, I really like focus on the sound on how the melody sounds, and I don't, I just keep, normally I just keep messing around with the notes on the piano roll until it's something I really, really like and something that resonates with me. So that's something for you to think about just. So if you hold in control and press down on the, just press down, you can bring it down an octave, up an octave. Another really good tip I'll tell you is you want, so say you have a bass down on D4 here, and it's around the area here where this melody is, D4, a wee bit above D5, up into D5 a bit, then you don't necessarily want to have other instruments in this frequency range. So you couldn't, if you had a melody, two melodies in this frequency range, there's a chance they could clash. What I like to do is make sure each thing is spaced out across this whole thing. Just what I do, and yeah, just to have a good sound, I suppose. So, for example, now I would have to have a bass that's lower than that. Sometimes you can just change the key by pressing shift and up and down on the keyboard, and just to fit things better down. If you want a bass, say in this box around here somewhere. T to activate the muting tool, just to mute notes you don't want to use, or you might go back to them. Let's see. Control and Z to undo. I'm happy enough with that. Let's see now about getting some drums, or yeah, we'll get some drums over this now. I need to rename this melody, and this can be the drums. Also, here's something I like to do as well. It's just, I think it's called layering, but when you have a main melody like the one I just made, say, you can do another melody over that melody, and sometimes it can turn out really nice. So I'm gonna do that to see what happens, and hopefully it turns out nice. So just build a melody that fits over that melody. I've done that a few times, and it turned out really well. So let's give it a go. So just think about the melody and make what you feel and what comes to you. So highlight the notes by holding in control and left clicking. Drag it over the notes and while still holding in control, press B. and that will paste it, everything you've just highlighted. And then hold down shift and use the left and right arrow buttons to drag it over. So I need to bring these out because I'm repeating them. Now when you're copying and pasting stuff, so I tend to not have a loop on, like right click to loop, but because it's just awkward, like just don't do it sometimes. And press control, holding control and press B. It pastes it over. Right. So that's the melody twice now, and we'll get working on the drums and the bass in a minute. Let's just tweak some of this second melody. Okay, I'm really enjoying how this is turning out and sounding, so I'm going to start adding a beat. Let's hear how it sounds. Right, okay, so you can't barely hear it because it's so loud. 14 and 15 are the tracks I need to turn down so I can hear this kick a bit better. By holding control and dragging over two tracks, or just the two here, you can drag the faders up and down at the same time. Right, let's get a hi-hat going here. I like it. I've used it before. Now normally what I do with hi-hats is I just, if you can see, it's 3 over there. 1, 2, 3. This one here, and do the same over to here. So 1, 2, 3, bang. 1, 2, 3, bang. 1, 2, 3, bang. That is how you get this sound. Yeah. Hear that? Right, and snare will go here to be on basis, so we got a wee snare in there. I think I might have some saved that I like. Yeah, let's see. I like a hard hitting snare. That'll do the job. Let's go. Let's hear this now. I'm going to paste this along. Now we should get a bit of a bass into this. Now I'm just gonna, if you're into it, just colour your patterns, you know, just makes it look nice, organised, I suppose. Right, I'll throw a wee bass in now. Bass. Now with these experimental pop songs, I like to do offbeat bass patterns, and goes really well, I think. Spire has some good basses I've gotten now, and let's see, we'll find a bass. That's a sub, obviously, and let's go find a bass. Now I'll try one of these. Start here, and our key, let's see what key we're in here with the tune. F, or well, the root note, the start note of the melody is F anyway. So I'm going to start my bass. I might actually do something here. I'm going to copy the melodies that melody, paste it into the bass, and then bring it down a few octaves just to see, and then fit the bass notes around the melody. So let's hear how the bass sounds. Okay, definitely not that bass. So down at F4 goes into 5. No, change that. I like something more snappier. Kinda like that. I wonder what that would sound. Nah. Let's see. That's too. Let's see what else. That might work. I really like how that sounds. So I might actually mark that as a favorite. And right. So as you can see, this is our melody, and I'm gonna build an offbeat pattern with it. Double if you wanna do that. Like that's how you get them kind of notes. Or you can double it up. I'm gonna double it up. So control, left click, drag and press X while holding control deletes what you've highlighted. Now with the melody. Everything actually. Let's just hear it with the melody and make sure it sounds good. Sounds good. Actually, I like how that sounds. So I'm just gonna click that, paste it over. What I also like to do when I'm making melodies is, well, when I'm mixing, I like to duplicate the melodies, pan one left and right. So for example here with these two melodies, what I'm gonna do is pan the first melody 50% left, and again the duplicate of the first melody 50% right. Then I'm gonna actually pan the secondary melody 100% left, and then another secondary melody, second one 100% right, and that will have make room for the bass, the kick drum in the center of the track, and also vocals. The bass down to track 13 now. Let's hold shift, click there, hold shift, drag it about 14, 13, 14, 15. Right, so let's show you how that sounds. There you've got the start of a song. Well, as I would call it, this is a experimental pop song. That's just how I get a song started, and obviously you can go into a lot more depth with it. Like normally with drums, like snares, you can add reverb, EQ. Another tip I learned is to high pass everything apart from the kick and the bass, just to make things stand out. So that'll give more room on the frequency spectrum for your kick and bass to stand out, especially in these kind of songs. And yeah, this is my first video, so hope you've enjoyed it and hope you've learned something. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try and respond and help anyone with anything they need.